Hi, girly.
Hi, girly.
I'm Eliana,
And I'm Derek.
and this is the book club
For
for
the
the
girlies.
girlies. On today's episode of For the Girlies, we're going to be chatting about A Proposal They Can't Refuse.
By Natalie Caña.
Yes. Before we get started, you guys, please be sure that you have liked, commented, shared, subscribed to this video.
Make sure you have those notifications on. Press that
Mm-hmm.
bell in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Also, please follow us on all the socials. We're going to have the links in our bio below, description below.
Yeah. And when you're commenting,
Mm-hmm.
please be sure that you are always being kind.
Yes.
Be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, be kind to us, and please be kind to these authors. We just want to encourage a respectful environment of people who have worked so hard to put their art out there.
Yes. Be respectful.
Oh, and also, before we get started, spoiler alert, you guys, we're going to be chatting about this book in detail, not in depth,
Right.
but in detail. So if you're spoiler averse, just put it on a lower volume and still give us that view. Support diverse voices.
Please.
Please.
Ours and the authors.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I didn't mention this is a Hispanic Heritage Month read.
Come on. I was
So,
going to mention it.
oh, okay.
No, when we started. But it's okay.
Okay. So, I think we're ready to get started.
Let's get into it. Okay, so as E said, this is going to be a part of our honoring his Hispanic Heritage Month series. So this is a book about a 29-year-old Boricua in Chicago, and she is working at her family's business. She lives at home. It's giving like Tula, if you've ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah.
Um, and she's the only daughter, and she has four older brothers. And there's a connecting business in the building of her family's business, and it's owned by her grandfather's best friend. They met in the war. They bought this building together in 1979, and now they both own businesses in it. They own a distillery. They own a restaurant. The grandson of her grandfather's best friend.
Killian.
Yes, Killian and Papo. What's Papo's real name?
No idea.
Okay. So Papo and Killian. Killian's grandson is Liam. Our lead is Camila. So Liam and Camila are both running their family businesses now for their grandfathers and also taking care of their grandfathers who are they're wild old people.
They really are. And I'm happy for them.
No, for sure. They're enjoying the rest of their lives. And they come up with this crazy scheme.
All they do is wreak havoc, by the
Truly,
way.
it's the book starts off with her having to go to like a meeting at the nursing home that they live in because they gave all of the seniors actual caffeinated coffee, and everyone was bugging out.
Yeah.
And it's like, are you guys toddlers or are you like 80-year-old men? Like, relax.
Same thing.
Truly.
The two childhood best friends who are being
Yes.
blackmailed. Well,
Yes.
they're being blackmailed by their grandfathers, who are also best friends, into getting married.
Yes.
To keep the family businesses.
Yes. The only way that they'd be able to keep them is if they got married. And they agree, and chaos ensues.
Yep. So, would you say this was a long read or short read?
Oh, it was a short read.
Yeah, it literally was a short read.
Yeah, I read it in like a day. Not even a day.
Yeah.
A few hours.
In terms of how the book is formatted, it's in both Camila and Liam's point of views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's move right on into our likes and dislikes.
Ooh.
You want me to start?
I can start.
Okay.
So I loved that it was a feel-good read.
Mm-hmm.
I also felt that this one, the Spanish dialogue was authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I mentioned in the last one that I thought
yeah, not
some
so much.
some of the things that were said were, I don't know, things I'd never heard before, or that I couldn't imagine people actually saying.
Mm-hmm.
I also love that the themes we explored were. I loved the themes we explored. I'm not saying we shouldn't explore other ones. I loved that we explored gentrification, death, family, interracial relationships, and there are other themes in there, but those are the ones that I could think of.
Yes, I have to agree. Piggybacking off of that, my like I said, I really like this book. I when I was searching and I found the book, I was like a little, you know, wasn't sure about it because the cover kind of gave like it was going to be like a little popcorn kind of book, which I don't mind popcorn books, but I was like maybe I want to read something else a little more depthy. It had me fooled. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a little cheesy read,
Yeah.
and it totally wasn't. Um, it gave me, like you said, substance and depth. We touched on real life topics, and I felt like the characters were very relatable. I can like point to people in my life and see them.
Awesome.
Yeah. I
And
also felt like the dialogue
more
was
realistic.
more realistic, and
Yeah.
I'm not a Spanish speaker, but I was like, yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
I love that there was pride in their culture, pride in like the emphasis on family, the emphasis on culture, the emphasis on like protecting that. Because, like you said, we touched on gentrification. Um, I also love the grandfathers.
Yeah,
I thought
they
that
were
they
so
were insane.
sweet.
I literally wrote the grandfathers are off the chain because, like, why are they behaving this way? Uh, I also liked that at the end we got to see. So in this book, both let's say Violet. In this book, both Kamilah and Liam, uh, they have some childhood traumas, and I like that in the end of the books, in the end of the book, excuse me, we saw their parents kind of apologize for that. I was like, oh, that's refreshing. That's something we don't see in real life or really in books. Truly, I like that. Yeah, I like that she did that. The author. Okay, now we can get to dyslexia.
Okay. I I can't say that I disliked anything.
Yeah, I didn't dislike anything for real, but for the sake of disliking something, I said that the plot of like you have to get married or we're not gonna give
Yeah.
it to you, and I was like, oh come on, like we're
Mhm.
adults, we don't have to do anything we don't want to do, guys.
Mhm.
But I get that like for storytelling purposes, and like it's a rom-com,
Yeah.
so it's gonna have excuse me, it's gonna have the element of like farce and like dramatics, and I like that even
Like kitschy.
yeah, and I like that Liam even like calls it like they poke fun at it. There was like a quote and he was like this Shakespearean like play that we're putting on, and I'm like this is definitely what it is. I really disliked her brothers. I really disliked her brothers. They triggered me from like the first time we meet. I think it was Leo in the first chapter when she gets to the restaurant and like he immediately leaves. He's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, make sure you do this and you do that for me." And then he's like, "Oh, yeah, make sure you do this and that for me." And then her mom's like, "Oh, you're late and we got to do this. And who did that?" And it's like, "Girl, Leo was just here and like
What did
what did he have
you?
to do? He signed off on all those plantains and
He didn't even check them.
he didn't check. It was the wrong ones. It
No
wasn't
te
even what you needed.
exhibiste
So then it
nada.
was more work for Camila to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I didn't love how like the family gave her such grief for like trying to save this
Yeah.
restaurant and
They gave her grief for
for everything she did,
everything.
literally everything she did, but specifically the restaurant because she was the one who worked the hardest. I felt like for this restaurant, so what does it matter what she wants to do because it's the work she's doing.
She's the
She's
one
not
who cared.
she's
The
not
rest of
putting
you
any
didn't
yeah
care.
she's not putting any work on you. She's not asking you for your help. She's
Mm.
just asking for your blessing, really, to like, all right, I'm already stuck here doing this work. Let's make it work.
They really did stifle her. Like
They did.
as especially specifically her parents, they didn't let her shine at all.
Yeah.
So she had been studying to be a chef and didn't go to the college that she said she always wanted to go to in France. She ended up going to college locally, but she still got her degree. And they it's like they did everything to make sure that she didn't flourish.
Yeah. And they say that they did that because they wanted her to like break away from them, and I felt like that was like
That's
boo.
ingenuine.
Yeah, so boo of them and boring. Um,
As we said in the previous episode, support me or get out of my way.
yeah, the lies,
Mm-hmm.
girl. Who asked you to do all that? She lied to everyone and said that she didn't get into the school in France.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, she'd gotten into the school in France, gotten the Julia Childs
Scholarship.
scholarship, and chose not to go, to stay home and care for her dying grandma. I get it. I do. But also, grandma's lived her life.
Yeah.
Grandma's lived her life. And if you got a grandma like I got grandmas, I don't think my grandmas would want me to like stifle, not even stifle, but like
Mm-hmm.
give up to take care of
But
them.
let's talk about that though. Did you get that vibe out of her family?
That
Because I
they
didn't.
that they expected her to stay and watch.
Oh, yeah, I got that vibe from them. I didn't get the vibe from them that they wanted her to go after her dreams. I didn't
Mm,
get the vibe from them that they wanted her to be her own independent person. I didn't get the vibe that they actually cared about what Camila wanted.
true. True. You're right.
Because, like, we were just talking about the brothers, that, like, the brothers could do whatever it was that they wanted
If
to
she would,
do.
yeah, it would have been a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation.
Yeah.
If she would have went to France, it would have been like, you weren't here when grandma was dying, and we all
Mm,
had to step in. It's true. So it's like easy for them to, but also we don't lie like that.
no. No, we
We don't
don't.
lie like that.
I don't think she should have lied, but I also don't think that it would have turned out smoothly for her
Yeah,
either. So I understand why she felt
the
that she
need.
had, yeah, I understand why she felt that way. It's not that I'm saying you should have done that.
Yeah,
I'm saying I understand why you did feel that way.
absolutely.
So,
And boo to your family.
yeah, honestly.
So how would you rate this bookie?
Um, we don't rate things on a scale of 1 to 10, you guys.
Okay,
We rate things on a scale of WTF was that? Interesting, but wouldn't read again.
it was
It was
good.
good. Loved, would
Would
read
read
again.
again. How will I ever go on?
Yeah. So I rated it as loved, would read again. It was a quick, easy read,
Yeah,
and it it was fun.
yeah. I said I'm always like changing our rates, but I said that I really enjoyed it,
hmm
and I would read more. Yeah, I would go back and I think, yeah, why not? But I would definitely read more by this author,
Yeah.
which is a different segment. But
But we're moving on to the quiz segment, and I'm so excited for this one.
I hope you gave me some questions in Spanish.
I hope so too. So I'm gonna quiz. I'm gonna quiz Derek, and you guys better root for her.
I know I've never tested well.
Please, you're not getting like
SAT
money
score.
or something. Definitely not getting money. The first question is, who said the following? Nobody told you to come act like our mother. A. Leo. B. Killian. C. Sophie. Or D. Abuelo.
Abuelo.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a
Frickin' Frack was a
mess.
mess. I'd like to cause this much ruckus when we're old.
I know, I'm so excited.
Me too.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. So, number 2, who said the following? Doth mine ears deceive me? A. Camila.
Doff my
My,
what?
doth mine ears deceive me?
Okay.
A. Camila. B. Liam. C. Sophie. Or D. Killian.
Gillian?
Nope. But I knew you would guess Killian.
Yeah, one more time.
Doth mine ears deceive me? A. Camila. B. Liam. C. Sophie.
Sophie?
No,
Okay, who is it?
it's Camila.
Why? What was the context
She
of
was
that?
saying it to Liam. I forget exactly what it was. She said, "I think you have a fever for something." He wanted to do something. I think it was like play hooky or something like
Oh,
that.
I do remember this.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, you must have a fever.
Yeah, is everything okay? He was like, oh, you don't have to work till later. I remember that.
Yeah.
I can never get a perfect score.
Okay. You have 5 chances this time. I have 5 questions.
Wow.
So third question. Who said this and to who? I've been going back and forth for days trying to figure out the best course of action. A. Liam to Killian. B. Papi to Camila. Or C. Killian to Liam.
Who's the first one?
Liam to Killian.
And read it again.
I've been going back and forth for days trying to figure out the best course of action.
A.
Nope.
C.
Yeah. It was after the big blowout where everyone finds out that it was a farce.
Mm.
And Killian goes in and is like, I've been avoiding fighting with you,
Yeah.
but we're gonna have to fight
Yeah.
to get over this. I wanna okay. I'm gonna switch the order here. So question 4. Who was the feminist anthem Quiero Bailar by? Is it A. Jennifer Lopez,
I know
B. Carol G, C. Evie Queen,
it. It's Evie Queen.
or D? Okay. Yay! Glad you got that one. And now for the final question. You guys, Derek says that Spanish
Oh
3
my gosh.
is
The pressure.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
embarrass me on camera.
No, no, no,
Don't
no, no,
embarrass
no,
me.
no, no, no. Everybody needs to know, okay? She swears that she knows Spanish.
How long has it been? 18 years? 17 years? You're disrespectful.
Uh, she's always boasting that she made it to Spanish 3. And
Indeed.
that was all she
And
needed.
that's what she told me. That's what the lady told me. Which what we
I
say?
don't know who this lady
Senora
was.
Barajas.
Girl. Okay. So, with those skills, I am praying that you can translate the following line.
Are you insane? Why are you trying to embarrass me here?
So the line goes, uh, listen,
I'm listening. Okay.
you better get this,
Okay.
honestly. And bonus points if you guess who said it.
I'm scared.
So, algo pequeñito para endulzarme la vida.
I don't even know what you said.
Algo pequeñito para endulzarme la vida.
Can I see it? I
No.
think if I see it, I can know
No.
it. I can read Spanish better than I can hear
No.
it. Okay, well.
Spanish 3, you said that was all you needed.
Yeah, I can speak Spanish. I never said anything
Algo,
about hearing it.
girl. Who are you gonna speak it to?
Where's Annabelle? I can't hear you.
That's my girl. Algo pequeñito para endulzarme la vida.
Okay, La Vida is life.
Mhm.
Algo, I'm not sure. Pincanita sounds like like my little baby, my little kid or something, my little pick-me. That's what I'm.
Algo pequeñito para endulzarme la vida.
Dulzame is what you said?
Endulzarme.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. But I'm given like, stop, like, live your life. And I'm gonna say, uh, abuela or abuelo said it.
Choose one.
That's my answer. Do
Wow.
what you want with it.
Wow. So you get no points. You have the I guess the meaning behind it,
hmm
but that's not really what it means.
What
So
is it?
it means something small to sweeten my life, and it was
Mm.
abuelo. He just wanted food.
Oh, at the end. In the
Pero
epilogue?
no,
Oh,
no, it wasn't that. It was
okay.
like it was legit, just like I think it was the Mallorca dough, the bread, Mallorca bread.
Oh, I looked that up.
I
That
think
looks
it was the
good.
Mallorca bread, and he was
Why did
just
they make no
saying,
rice pudding?
"Girl, shut up."
Don't put that quick. I'm editing this. I'm not putting it in there.
Yes, you are. You're definitely putting this in there. And it's arroz con leche. I tell you this multiple times.
What I said.
It's better that you said rice pudding instead of saying rice milk? Because that's crazy. Say
Um,
it. What is it called?
arroz con leche.
Roll the R better.
Arroz con leche.
There you go. Thank you.
What does that translate to? Arroz, rice, con, with, leche, milk. Arroz con leche, rice with milk. I don't understand. There you go.
Okay. Um, we're finished here. I don't think she did that well, you
I didn't do
guys.
well at all. I never
Her
do.
Spanish 3 is failing her.
It's late at night.
And you know what's funny? I was thinking this when I was reading the last two books. I was like, I don't know what Derek is doing with these lines.
So in previous books, I was looking them up. I felt kind of confident this time, and I was just like, yeah.
Okay, great. And you couldn't even understand what that line was.
I had to read it when I can read it in context. I can figure it out.
What's funny is when I was reading that, because then they don't. She doesn't translate this line.
Yeah.
When I was reading it, I was like, oh, this author doesn't even care. And kudos
I
to
thought
you,
that too.
respect to you. She don't even
Yeah.
care. Either you know it or you don't know it, and if you don't know it, look it up.
Yeah. Which is true. Which is how it should be.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to our tearjerker quote and meaningful quote segment. Lay it on me. What do
Okay.
you have?
Okay. So, in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
my girl Camila says, "Poor mommy. She wanted so badly for her only girl to be a polished princess. Instead, she got a high-strung hot mess." And I was like, "Me." I think that all the time. I'd be like, but yeah, it hit me. My mom is also like, she's putting on like a full on ensemble. And I'm like, girl, where you going? She's like, to check the mail. And I'm like, okay. She'd be like, you present yourself. And I'm like, I went to the laundry.
Okay, I have. When have you ever known Liam to say something he didn't mean? Wow, me. Like I've had friends, I even had a guidance counselor say that about me.
Mm,
I just don't need to talk very much. I
come
talk
on.
if I need to.
Was that the brother?
I don't know.
Oh, I
I didn't
really
take down who
liked
said it.
when Liam like sticks up for her
Mm.
when the family was all like dragging her. And he
Mm-hmm.
comes in and the brother goes, wow, like we ain't never heard Liam talk this much. Don't play by his boo.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna have to open the book for this one, but maybe not. But it was, I'll paraphrase it. I wrote down, Abuelo is your best friend. And it was when it was like a flashback
Yeah.
to her childhood, and Camila's grandparents weren't speaking. Well, grandma Abuela was not speaking to Abuelo because he wasn't listening to her. And she was like, "You guys gonna get divorced?" And she was like, "Girl, no, what?" And she was like, "You're not talking to him." And like when they don't like their spouse anymore, they break up. And she was like, "No, like he's my best friend." And she was like, "Abuela's your best friend?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You married your best friend?" She was like, basically, Grandma says you should always, try to
Strive to marry
strive
your
to marry
best
your
friend.
best friend. Yeah. She's like, remember that from when you're grown up. And I was like, oh.
This one I cracked up at. It was Camila was hard pressed to figure out why she already hated Willow Hazel.
Girl, you made her up in your head.
Right?
I was like, she's really
And
your
she
sister.
named her Willow Hazel.
I hate her. Who?
Ooh. Love her.
She's really my friend. The Lulu is always the Lulu.
Honestly.
Sophie, after she finds out that
Oh,
Miss Girl lied about the France thing,
yeah.
she says, I've always had your back, but you lied to me for 12 years, Camila. And not some tiny BS lie. We were supposed to go to Paris together. We had firm plans, and then you said you didn't get in and everything fell through. Your lie changed my whole life. It
Mm-hmm.
affected my future, and you didn't see
Mm-hmm.
fit to tell me about it. I know you too well to think that you would ever have owned up to it on your own. So, yeah, I'm done helping you. I'm done having your back. I'm done with you. And it really hurt my feelings because that's the last we hear of Sophia in the book.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened? Like, y'all really done?
I don't know. You gotta think about the things
Oh,
that you're doing, you guys.
That's crazy.
And, like, honestly, the choices, don't blame your bad choices on other people.
Mm-mm.
That's not cool.
No.
Like, as I said earlier, I understand why you felt like you had to lie, but it wasn't their fault that you lied.
No. And that's a big lie. And like she said, it affected my
It
life.
altered the course of her life, yeah.
And that's so unfair.
Yeah.
We say it all the time.
I never had the power to choose.
You don't take away my right to choose. That's exactly what I was going to say. Don't make choices for me.
Mm-hmm. So, in the vein of Sophie, and also you saying that, wow, Liam, so many words. I loved Sophie's line where she said, "You string together too many words." She said that to Leo. I cracked up. I want to use this line on someone.
Right.
And I'm sad I've never used it before because I know some people who need to hear it.
Right, you doing too much.
You string together too many words. Stop talking. You talk too much.
The ex-boyfriend said,
Chase.
He said, "You act like you're doing all of this for your family, but really you're so terrified of going out on your own and failing that you prefer to hide behind your martyrdom." And I was like, ooh.
That wasn't Liam that said that? It was Liam?
It was Liam.
Yeah, but Chase did like reiterate that same thing.
But yeah, I was like, he ain't wrong.
He was.
Oh wait, I did have another one.
What?
It's not here though. I don't know what I did with it, but it was when Granda uh knows the full story of how Nana and his dad passed away, and he like said, and he's like, just everything makes sense, everything clicks for him, and he was just like, "We did a number on you, didn't we?" Like, and I was like, again, I really appreciated the elders apologizing for their actions because we don't ever get that.
They really did affect these kids.
Yeah, they did, and they took accountability for that.
Yeah, we can't take it back, but like taking accountability,
that's it.
Still feels good.
It does, and it's needed.
Yeah,
it heals wounds.
So, this is a quote from Liam. The best thing he's ever said. He goes, "I know that as a white man running an incredibly hipster-esque business, I should just sit here and eat my food." Liam puts his empty plate on the counter next to her and stood tall at her side. But Camila is not to blame for the changes happening to Humboldt Park. Capitalism is to blame for that. He looked around at her family. "You are all looking at this from an ideological standpoint, but to Camila, this isn't about the effed up system." He grabs her hand. "This is her life's calling, her heart and soul. This is her labor of love, and it's dedicated to you, her family. How can any of you judge her for it? How can you not support her in trying to ensure it survives?" I wanted to stand up and clap for him, not only because he opened his mouth for her, but because it is so true, you guys. I am so for decolonization and tearing down systems of injustice, but please don't get that confused with operating from an ideological standpoint.
Yeah.
And losing the battle before it's ever even begun.
Yep.
There are things that we have to do to survive. That's the reality that we live in. So do those you can do two things at once. You can survive, and you can also
preserve.
Yes, preserve, absolutely. But you can also break down the things that are not working. But make sure that you are not bringing people down that are trying to survive.
Yeah. Crabs in a barrel type.
Please. That really gets to me, honestly. And I'm so glad that this author brought that up in this read. Because I really do feel like we as people of color get stuck in that crabs in a barrel type of mentality.
Absolutely.
And like we don't even recognize the things that we are doing to each other. And like who Who is benefiting from that?
Yeah.
The way that you act, who is benefiting from that? Anyway, I get heated about something like this.
As you should.
So another one was, this is Camila. She goes, "Did you know she constantly forgot to take her meds?
Oh.
I was always finding them still in her pill case after I would spend an hour organizing them all for her. And when it was time to go get a checkup scan, she'd say, Estoy bien y hay demasiado que hacer." I
Mm.
relate.
Yeah, piss
That
me
is
off.
my role in life, and I am sick of all of you. You included. I'm sick of all of you.
We don't listen.
No, you don't. And for what? I could give somebody all of the materials, the step-by-step instructions. They still don't listen. And then they got the nerve to complain that something's wrong. What are you complaining for? No, don't whine to me.
You know how like
Mm.
and I don't know, maybe it's just me because I don't know, it's me.
Uh-huh.
But it is me we're talking about. But you know how like someone will be like, I suggest you do this, and you'll be like, okay, like that's a suggestion. Eliana does it. And like she doesn't understand that like there are people out there who don't.
I don't get it.
No. It's great.
I guess you could say it's like willpower.
Yeah, it's discipline, it's willpower, it's your type A personality.
Yes.
Nothing wrong. It's just it is what it is.
If somebody tells you if you jump, you're going to land in like a a bunch of scorpions, why would you jump, bro? What's good with you? That's literally how simple it is to me. That's how simple it is. Just follow the
People
instruction. That's why I said I could follow a rule. I'm gonna follow, if it makes sense, I'm gonna follow it.
yeah.
If it doesn't make sense, I'm gonna do something else. But I don't. That's the part that I don't understand. The things that people do that don't make any sense.
Also when
I
you say
can't.
you're lazy, I'm always like, no you're not.
Okay, yes, I'm both. I'm lazy and I'm not lazy. I am extreme. I am a workhorse, and at the same time, I don't want to do stuff.
I watch you do like and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like I don't got time.
Yeah, that irritates me. Everybody has time. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on and on,
I
and
know.
I shouldn't.
I'm trying to change. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried.
I know. I know. And I love you for worrying.
So
Don't ever change.
I want to.
You
I want to so
stuck.
bad.
You stuck.
Deliver me from evil. um, okay, two more quotes. I know,
Dang.
yeah. I know that's how it should be, but it doesn't feel that way. I feel like I let everyone down so much more than anyone else when I stumble. Like my mistakes are remembered more and judged harder. I feel like
Mm,
I can't say no and have that be enough. I wrote, wow, yeesh, oh my goodness, yeah.
hmm
This was Camila. And I feel her, and I feel like I'm sure a lot of other people feel her too. When you just think, I mean, it was really true for her in this
No,
book.
for sure.
Everything that she did
It was
was
a
a
problem.
problem. But I'm sure it just hits you when, please be mindful of the way that you're talking to people about things that they're doing, because if you're only ever giving them negatives
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
it, not even framing it in ways that are trying to be helpful and being like, I'm here with you on this, it can really mess with someone's spirit.
Absolutely.
Be kind and be supportive, really. And then the last quote was, but if I'd had gone, I'd have missed out on those last months with Abuela, which are the hardest yet most rewarding memories I have of her. If I'd gone, I wouldn't have been able to build the relationship I now have with Abuelo. I wouldn't have been here when Saint lost his wife and brought Rosie home because he needed our help. I wouldn't have been here to get to know your grandfather in a deeper way. I wouldn't have reconnected with you. There are so many moments that I treasure that I would never have experienced. I choose to focus on that,
Yeah.
on what is here and real and not what might have been. But that was a beautiful moment of reflection that I think
Absolutely.
everyone should remember. And living with regrets won't bring those things to you and will also leave you empty.
Yeah.
And then there was also the part in the beginning that the part that she said, the hardest yet most rewarding memories I have of her. If you've ever lost someone, you know that the last moments you have with them, the last few months, the last few weeks you have of them, you're never going to forget that. That is something that is going to stick with you
Forever.
forever. So make the best of it.
Mm-hmm.
Laugh at the smallest things. Those are the last moments you have with them.
That's right.
Appreciate it.
You want to be able to look back and, yeah, smile and have those fond memories and not like, dang, no
You can
regrets.
move on now.
Okay, we're going to move on to superlatives.
Ooh, ooh.
Um, I don't have any like traditional superlatives. So if you do, please take the lead.
Pichulo has to be Leo.
Oh, for sure. For
I
sure.
don't like him, but he's definitely Mr.
Yeah,
Papi Chulo.
absolutely.
Most likely to be misunderstood is Camila,
Hmm.
and that's it. Then I just have related to
Okay. Who
stuff.
do you feel related to?
I feel I related to actually both Liam and Camila. I related to Liam's more introverted nature,
Hmm.
and then people like wanting to push you out of it and wanting different things out of you. I'm not as mad as Liam is about it, that he's like, why do you want to change me? Like, not so mad about it. And then I also related to Camila in being misunderstood and underestimated.
Mm,
That's it.
yeah.
What do you have?
I definitely related to Camila and, yeah, being misunderstood. Um, being the only sister. Yeah, just like having the responsibility and like the guilt you kind of put on yourself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Move.
think it's time to move on to big screen, small screen.
I think I better run on.
Okay. I didn't picture it on anything while I was reading it, but I wouldn't mind if it was a movie on like Hulu or like
Yeah.
I was even thinking Netflix, Lifetime, Hallmark.
I said big screen for show.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of casting, I thought of I don't know that you'll know her. And I don't know that I will say this name right. Herisen Guardiola for Camila. She was in The Get Down. And
That girl let her get down.
I
Y'all did,
Netflix, you suck for
y'all
that.
did her dirty.
They really did.
Baz Luhrmann.
She was the only actress I could find that could kind of fit the profile of
Mm.
Camila, which is annoying. We talked about this. And then in terms of Liam, he was a little hard for me. I could see stay with me now.
I'm scared.
Felix Mallard if he was older.
Who's Felix
He's
Mallard?
in Ginny and Georgia. He's um Ginny's boyfriend.
Oh,
Marcus.
okay, the brother, Marcus. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Girl.
If he was older.
Okay, he has the height. He has the okay.
He has the
Okay,
brooding look.
yeah, the broody.
Yeah, if he was older, but he's not older. I mean, in a
No.
few years, if they wanted to pick this up, yeah, he's perfect for it.
Okay, I just looked up the actress that you said.
Yeah,
Okay, that's funny. So I said Julissa Calderon. Do you know who that is?
I think I do. Her name is
She's an actress. She
familiar.
was in Hintified. I know, did you watch
Entified,
that?
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
Julissa.
I didn't watch it. I know her from BuzzFeed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I could see her being Camila.
yeah.
I also said Christina Milian. You know, I'm always gonna go there, especially with these little cute books, because she be making them little cute movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I also said for mommy, Constance Marie, right? OG mom, right?
Yeah.
Selena's mom, Georgia Lopez. She was the mama, the wife. I also said I don't know pronouncing her name right. Selenis Leva.
Oh.
No, she is. She funny enough, she plays George Lopez's ex-wife on his new show,
Hmm.
Lopez versus Lopez. She's also, I know her from Orange is the New Black. She was the chef after Red. We love her. For Poppy, I initially saw Benjamin Pratt.
I don't know who that is.
You do.
Okay.
He was on one of those like maybe Law and Order, but you definitely know him. Watch when you see his face. You'll be like, oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Or Andy Garcia. I said I could see.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't see. I couldn't. The image I had of Liam in my head, I'm like, I don't know him, but maybe Derek Theller. Now that I think about it, you know who that is?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was the casting I saw. So
Okay.
E, what did you learn?
I learned I thought I wouldn't love this book because the premise sounded corny.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was really well written and I'd love to see it optioned. Truly. I'd like
Yeah,
this is you know me. I love these cutesy little movies. They
you
get me
do.
through. They
Okay.
get me through. We don't do rom-coms anymore in theaters, you guys.
I
We
know.
don't do rom-coms in general. So these are the only ones I have left and
Bring the rom-com back.
yeah, and I would really enjoy this one because like I said earlier, there are themes explored in it that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I'd say same. Yeah, I learned kind of this. Don't be a martyr.
Mm.
Um, Literally, no one's asking you to. And like you said, I was pleasantly surprised reading this book.
Kudos to
Enjoyed.
you, Natalie Caña.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, and last but not least, would you read more from this author?
I would.
So would
You
I.
made a corny read into something that I really
Yeah, it was
enjoyed
it was meaty.
and I believed in. So thank you.
Yeah, and it is a series.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see it because I want to know what's going on with Sophia. Like, not your bestie. Like, we're not doing that. We're not leaving it off like that.
Yeah.
That's knocked up. We're not doing that.
Yeah. All
All
right,
right.
guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Please be sure that you are liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Um, be sure that you are following us on all social media platforms. The links will be down in our description box.
Yeah, make sure you touch that notification bell so you know when we are posting. And stay tuned for our next episode.
Because we are going into the second book in the Fourth
Fourth
Wing
Wing series by
series.
Rebecca
Because we couldn't
Yarros.
stay away, you
We can't
guys.
stay away. No, 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 no.
We're
I'm going home to read it right
addicted.
now.
I can't anymore. I can't wait. So that's all.
Make sure you're caught up. Yes.
Yes. That's all for this meeting, girlies.
Yes.
We'll
Bye,
see you next time.
Bye,
Bye,
girlies.
girlies.